If you listen to us from out of state on iHeartRadio or somewhere else in Ohio, Jeff is a new bureau chief in Columbus. Tell us where you do that. Andrew listens in Orlando. Tim is a bureau chief in Linesville, Pennsylvania. I don't know where that is. Matt is in Delray Beach, Florida. Melissa is one of our bureau chiefs in Seattle. And Paul listens in Miami. Boy, those Marlins are not having a good time. If you're a Miami Marlins fan, and I can't say that I ever, even anecdotally, meet someone who goes, Marlins are my team. They have been shut out 3 games in a row. They have not scored in 34 straight innings.
That's insane.
Yeah. They're 3 scoreless innings away from the all-time franchise record.
You can do it. I believe in you guys.
I believe in you, too. Right. 3rd game in a row. They played the Rangers last night. It was 8-0 was the final. Cold bats over there at the Miami Marlins. Cleveland Guardians, however, are on the road and in Chicago tonight. I'm sure they're stroking their bats as we speak, warming them up. Yeah!
That bat, baby!
Against the White Sox at 8:10 tonight on MMS. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow at the GRF, and then they'll close it out on Sunday. And then I think they go to Fenway, play the Red Sox. How are the Red Sox doing this season?
They're pretty good.
Are they a good team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sox are red.
Mary?
Alan.
So, yeah, that's tonight. 8:10 tonight on WMMS, your FM home for Cleveland Guardians baseball. How about that Bo Jackson story? People remember Bo Jackson. Bo knows. He's the only professional athlete in history to be an all-star in baseball and football. This was a guy who was very well known in both sports. He paid for the Uvalde, Texas funerals. The governor, Greg Abbott, down there in Texas, this guy's a piece of work, but he had mentioned that an anonymous donor was paying for the 21 funerals down there in Uvalde. 19 children were killed and 2 teachers. And somebody revealed it this week that it was Bo Jackson who paid for the funerals. He said that he didn't want any media associated with it, and that no one knew that he was there when he flew down to hand a check to the governor. He had a pretty brief, his football career was brief, right? He played baseball for a while, but I think his football career...
I mean, they're both... His football career cut his baseball career short. He tried to make a comeback in baseball after his severe football injury, but still
he hurt
couldn't.
his hip, right?
Yeah, he had a real bad hip injury.
There you go.
And I think he only played for like 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah, he played for the Raiders, I think when they were still in Oakland. And we had him on the White Sox. And I think he played for the Royals too. Yeah. But, he's a grandpa now. And he said it's obviously it's not right for any parents to bury their kids.
So he played baseball for about, he just didn't have that many games though. So
right.
86 to 94. And then, let's see, football.
Well, Al Davis, when he was going to play for the Raiders, Al Davis liked Bo Jackson so much that he signed a deal. He signed a deal with Bo Jackson for like $8 million. It was the highest salary of any non-quarterback at the time in NFL history. And the deal was that Bo Jackson would play the whole season with the Royals and then just go play for the Raiders when he was done. Even if he's missing NFL games. He goes, we'll pay you a lot of money, go play baseball, and then when you're done, just come play for the Raiders. Over. Yeah. Of course, he was also famously, he played Calvin Farquhar, who was remember that? Did you ever watch Married with Children?
Oh, yeah.
Bo Jackson was Calvin Farquhar. He was the sports talk radio disc jockey on Married with Children.
He was one of the coolest athletes when I was a kid. I remember
he was huge.
Well, he had...
That whole Bo Nose campaign was massive.
Bo Nose, he had a signature shoe, and he had that poster where he's got the shoulder pads on and then the baseball bat, and he's just jacked.
Yeah.
And it was just like, whoa. I didn't know guys could look like that in real life.
He went to Auburn University, my dad's alma mater. War Eagle. But yeah, Bo Jackson paid for these funerals. I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised. No, I guess not. I was gonna initially $170,000 didn't sound like a lot for 21 funerals, but that's probably just about the amount of money for,
I mean, that's $8,000 a funeral.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, again, that is a lot of money. Try burying somebody for $8,000, but who knows?
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. But I don't even think I've heard of Bo Jackson in a long time for anything that he's done. So this is a nice way to see him back in the press. I don't know who leaked it or, who did whatever, but
He gets retro shoe releases from time to time, so that's the thing that I'll see the most about him.
retro shoe releases.
Yeah, where they'll take the shoe that he had in the 90s and 80s and they'll release it again.
I see. If you listen on the iHeartRadio app, you can always leave us quick messages there.
What's up, Alan? It's Martin. It always blows my mind, the stuff Poundcake don't know when it comes to music and stuff. And this is a kid who wants a career in radio.
Kid.
And keeping with that rock and roll thing, do he even know who, Wolfman Jack is? Do he know, any radio people from the past? Later.
He knows Wendy Williams.
Shut your ass up.
What?
He knows Wendy Williams. So the other day I was leaving the parking garage, and it was like a busy night. So the guy that works in the parking garage.
This is downtown.
Downtown, yeah. Was there, and I was like, oh, hey, what's up, man? My name's Bill. I work at iHeart. And he goes, oh, yeah, when are you guys going to actually get down here and start broadcasting? I'm like, I don't know. But I just want to say what's up because I'm probably going to see you pretty regularly because I saw him the night before, too, and he was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, when are you getting Wendy Williams on? And I was like, I thought that was the funniest thing for the guy to bring up.
When are you getting Wendy Williams on?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if she's, I said, when she gets her head right, maybe she'll come back to radio, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. He laughed.
God, could you imagine if I was replaced by Wendy Williams?
We would all be
pretty
fired.
likely.
Oh, she might keep Cody.
Just keep Poundcake, sure.
Yeah.
No, she sees him as the biggest threat.
Why would she see me? I would kiss her. Oh, never mind. I wouldn't
Yeah,
kiss
like
her
what happened with
feet.
Charlemagne. Wasn't he one of her lackeys at some point? Didn't he get going because he was part of the Wendy Williams thing?
Yeah, he said Wendy didn't fire him. He said he was fired because they budget cuts, which I could believe even back then.
No, but I mean like that. Her show was his in to the business, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. She moved him up all the way from South Carolina to come to New York. Imagine getting that call.
Yeah. Well, that happens more and more these days just because the pool is so shallow. It used to be you had a lot of, when I was in the biz back in the day, there were a lot, even I got lucky. I went from Kalamazoo to Pittsburgh. I skipped a whole bunch of places, theoretically. But nowadays, it's a lot easier to just make that jump.
But there's just a lot less jumps being made, though.
I mean, yeah.
Because radio jobs are hard to come by. No one wants to leave.
For a certain age group, you know what I mean? Like if you're, that Elvis Duran show has got like friggin' 19 people on the show.
I don't even know who they are anymore.
Well, nobody does. But what I'm saying is you're on a show in New York. You're like the 8th person in, but you're also 22. So he knows those people are just there until they get a gig in like Boston or Minneapolis.
Yeah, that happens.
Because every market is going to be smaller than New York, but it's going to be like your own thing,
I wonder how much the lackey, the lowest man on the totem pole there gets paid.
Minimum wage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
They're
New
not
York,
making money.
though.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's one of those, do you want this job? Because if you don't, there's 8 other people
a
that'll
lot.
do
Right.
it.
And
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
true.
huge
Do it for free.
opportunity.
Yeah,
to
of
have
course.
that on your resume, that's crazy.
On a syndicated show.
Right.
And then you can go on to be like a number 2 chair, in Houston or something or whatever. So,
That's a good point.
yeah.
Yeah, didn't the guy next door that used to work at Kiss, didn't he go to the Coaster Boy Josh?
No clue. I know Jay Nice. He was here before I got here, but he left Kiss and went to Chicago.
I think Coaster Boy Josh, he either...
Coaster Boy Josh?
That's what they call him on Elvis Duran. He was DJing here, but then he started answering phones or running the show from Kiss because, they satellited in. and I guess Elvis took a liking to him.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
called him.
being a board op for a syndicated show will put you in that, like, you have a connection to it.
Yeah, he
That's
was
what you want to
he
do.
was producing, and then Elvis brought him on. And there was another guy here too that used to work there.
That's actually why I'm going to New York next week. I'm taking Elvis Duran's job.
Taking his job.
His job.
Not one of the other 19 positions.
No.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be
Taking
Elvis
his
Duran
job.
in the morning, ran by Mayor.
Oh,
Ran by mayor.
wow. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's going to be a lot of
did.
fun.
Don't worry, I'm still coming home.
Oh, you
I'll
are?
still be on this show too.
Oh,
you're gonna commute
Hey,
back
don't
and
do me no
forth, okay.
favors.
Don't
It
worry
actually
about
is kind of cool though that we have an Indo because Jesse works in New York, Miles works in L.A.
Oh, Jesse's back. Jesse and Miles are both back.
They're both, yeah.
permanently.
Well,
Because they can do all their stuff
I can't see
remotely.
I can't see the future, but I mean, they don't live in those cities anymore.
Oh, still connection.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I mean, it's, you know.
We're going to
Just
start
a-
training soon downtown.
Yeah, I guess we get this email that, like, we're going to be training, on the equipment or something,
Yeah.
but I don't know what comes after that. So, but that means we're getting close
We're
to
getting-
something.
It's moving forward.
We're going to be touching the equipment and
You'll
making
be
it
out
do
of
things.
town next week, but
Yes.
I'm only going to be out Monday and Tuesday. So on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm going to get a head start just so that we can get things figured out, so we can get down there sooner than later.
Just my luck.
It's okay. You're a quick learner. You'll pick it up fast.
Yeah.
And I always have to teach you how to do so much anyway, Alan. You might as well learn from your number two.
From the master.
Yeah.
You're the only number
The
two.
master of
who-
number two.
So you're the only.
The old king of plop will show you how to plop down on those.
Yeah, what happened to
new
King of
buttons.
Plop?
Every once in a while, I'll bring back King of Plop.
The only number two Alan will look at.
Yeah.
Get it?
I get it.
don't
Because
look at
I
his
don't
poops.
inspect my poop.
Yeah.
Yes. And somehow that makes me the target of mockery
Yep.
by listeners, by you guys, that I don't look
Probably by
at
your
my
parents.
inspect my poop before I flush it.
Yep.
Your mom probably thinks that's weird too.
My mom? Mm-hmm. I don't know about that. I've never had
does.
that. We haven't gotten to that so important, do you inspect your poop after you let it out portion of our relationship.
I think it's time to have the talk, the real talk.
Mom, I need to ask you something. Do you inspect your poop? She would probably say no. She'd say exactly what I say, which is no. What am I? An animal? Like I don't need to.
I think my dog inspects her poops.
What am I inspecting it for?
I feel like not inspecting your poop is actually a more animalistic thing to do.
But what are you? I'm still
As
not
a
clear.
Curious human, I'm looking to see what.
I'm still
First of all,
unclear.
there's pride. I want to see how much of the bowl I filled.
Yeah, I don't take
I like
pride
that.
in that. It's not a
No.
source of pride for me.
That's too bad.
But that explains at least part of it.
Yeah.
The other part is
You want to make sure that there's
What
not
are
any
you
bad colors or anything like that. You want to make sure it's not too beet red or anything like that. Especially if you didn't eat beets.
I see. Yeah.
And sometimes it's a weird color. Like I remember going to one of those metal dinners at Greenhouse Tavern when it was open, and they had the burger with the black bun.
Squid ink.
Yeah, and then the next day, very green dump. Mm-hmm. Just like when they had the black Whopper.
Sure.
Bright green dump. That was weird.
But you knew what you had the day before.
Right, but I still wanted to see it.
Ah, I see.
When you take a dump that looks like a highlighter, you want to take a peek.
Listen, when I bought a ticket to this metal dinner, I knew that I was also purchasing a very interesting dump the very next day in 24 to 36
It's
hours.
the gift that keeps on giving.
Wow. But you only received that gift one time, I hope. I hope it wasn't over the course of a
Yeah, it
couple
was just
of
one.
separate
Yeah,
dumps.
it was just one dump with a bright green poop.
Okay. You know, I don't inspect it. I mean, I guess if all you're talking about is turning and seeing it,
Consistency.
passively seeing it, mine are always the same. If you're talking about passively seeing it, then obviously,
I'm
yes.
an artist. I go through. I have my. I'm like Picasso.
You have your blue period and your black
there's
period.
all sorts of phases
Your
and
bright
periods
green
and
period.
stuff like that.
I understand.
Perfectionist, none of it
Yes.
really matches.
Right.
Yeah.
This one is called Starry Loaf. Manet, Monet, Tippy Tippy Day Day. It's all very
I'm
exciting.
a dump artist. All right.
He was a sandwich artist. He has gone from front of the house, if you will, to back of the house in his interests. I like that woman who, speaking of Subway, that woman who got fined because she took half of a Subway sub that she, I guess it was an international flight, and they were going to fine her something like $3,000 because she didn't tell them that she had food in her bag.
Oh.
And Subway, I guess she tweeted about it, and Subway ended up paying the fine. In Australia, they fined her $1,800 because the sandwich was considered a biosecurity risk.
What did she get on it?
I think that's the case in any Subway restaurant.
I would have argued, like, this isn't food, this is Subway.
Yeah.
That she didn't claim it because she said she didn't realize that she didn't tick chicken and lettuce and all that on the, are you claiming anything? And she just forgot about it, and they wanted to charge her the equivalent of $2,600 Australian. And
That's
so
pretty silly.
Subway ended up paying it.
Well, good for Subway.
But as a former sandwich artist, did you take notice of the fact that Subway has changed their menu for the first time in 60 years?
Oh, I haven't been to a Subway
To
in
what?
a long time. We didn't part on the best terms. They really...
You had a falling out.
Well, because they didn't want me to be an artist anymore. They just
Right.
wanted to be a sandwich maker or whatever they call it. And I was like, you trained me as an artist. I'm going to be an artist. So I gotta leave.
Let me art my arts,
I fart my parts and I art my arts.
as it were. They had a falling out in that all of his ingredients fell out of every sandwich he made.
He was bad at his job.
It was still the V cut.
That was
back
part of
then.
the art.
Part of the art.
Deconstructed.
No, they've instead. I guess you can still have a sandwich made, but they're trying to establish these lanes now, where they've changed the name of the sandwiches. You go in and go, give me that one. Like there's I think they're trying to lean on way more pre-made sandwiches or like the meatball marinara is now just called the Boss. So they've changed some of the names.
Oh, they're trying too hard.
They might be, yes.
Man, the last time I had a meatball sub. I don't even
Sounds
know.
good right now.
A meatball sub. I don't know
wanna
that I've
know?
ever had a meetle sub.
I'll tell you this. You know what my
I like
favorite,
meatballs.
My favorite part of a meatball sub is when the bread gets soggy with marinara sauce. So I think
Yeah.
I just want garlic bread, to be honest with you. I don't necessarily need the meatballs, but just give me some bread to dip in marinara, and I'm a happy camper.
Could you guys give me a meatball sub, put the meatballs in, and then take the meatballs out? And I'll buy them. I just don't want them in the sandwich.
I
Could
want
you
them
put them
separate.
in like a bag or something for me?
Yeah,
and
put
then
them
I'll...
in one of the soup containers.
Put them in my hands.
Like in the Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
Meatballs.
They have no clean Tupperware.
No, a meatball sub. That just sounds like too much food,
Oh, God.
right? It does.
I know. Anything
Would you
except
get-
7 grapes sounds like too much food.
I don't want meatballs. I just want a meatball. Just one meatball.
Cut it into 3.
Yeah, and then put it on a Ritz cracker.
Yeah.
With just a dab of sauce. Actually, sauce on the side. I'll do the sauce myself.
Yeah, I'll sauce it myself.
Could I get I'm going to need those grapes
It's
peeled.
turkey meatball, right?
Yeah. I'm going to need those grapes peeled because the skin just adds too much weight.
Too many calories. It's just so heavy.
It's too much weight.
It's just so heavy.
Yeah, it's so heavy.
Wouldn't that be heavy? Grapes with skin on them?
Wouldn't you be able to feel like you ate something?
Yeah.
Anywho.
Wouldn't it feel like there's something in your stomach?
God, that just weighs you down all day.
But just eating a giant. Well, let me ask you this: Would you get it as a foot long and cut it in half and eat half, or you would,
I would probably just get a
put
6
that
inch.
whole thing in your face?
No,
Oh,
I don't eat footlong sandwiches.
Okay.
I am notorious for getting 2 different 6 inches and eat them as 2 different meals. So I'll get like a 6 inch.
You're
whatever.
notorious for that.
Notorious. That's what I do when I go to Subway.
Wow.
6 inch tuna,
Yeah.
and then a 6 inch usually chicken teriyaki. Or is that what
Which
it's
one
called?
do you do first? Tuna.
Not chicken teriyaki.
You're giving me a hard time, and you're getting the tuna from Subway.
Dude, I love tuna.
I love tuna too. That's why I don't get the tuna from Subway.
I roll the dice on tuna and egg salad far more than I should. You know how many egg salad sandwiches I've had from gas stations? It's one
God.
of those that I should not have. But
It's probably not that you're lactose intolerant, even. It's just you've destroyed your guts over the years.
probably alcoholic eating dinner at gas stations. Yeah, probably.
Destroyed your guts.
Yeah.
There's no healthy bacteria left in here. It's all been puked up.
That's why your boyfriend's up in there going, "Where is everything?"
Wow.
Hey, Bill, do you want to start the weekend?
I sure do.
Okay.
Everybody have a drink, have a drink, have a drink on me. Everybody have a drink on me. Hey, hey, everybody drink on me. Brother Leslie, how?
Who needs a clock? You know when the weekend is underway because the Bill Squire Friday Get Down in honor of the late, great Murray Soul here at WMMS is brought to you by Cleveland Whiskey. Take it away, William.
It's Friday you got to get down on Friday. Get yourself some Cleveland whiskey and make yourself some summertime meatballs. Nothing goes better like whiskey and meatballs. Meatballer, meatballer, meatballer. It's Friday.
Whiskey and meatballs is the.
Mary, are you all right?
Mary, are you okay?
It hurt my ears today.
Do you need some Excedrin or?
As soon as it
Do you need a
came
meatball?
out of his throat, I wanted
Are you
to
okay?
kill myself. It
Good
was
Lord.
So loud. I don't know what was
Just dial
different today.
988 or whatever.
That was so loud.
Yes, it's the Friday Get Down, Mary.
It's Friday turn down. Can we
Brought to you by.
Hey, I'm not in charge of your headphones.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Go to clevelandwhiskey.com, everybody else who's not complaining, to see what's going on.